you'll be peeled off the wall by the time you get to the next place. I'm not going to roll for this one. I'm just going to basically use who is left over, essentially. So, the first one on the list is Margaret Smith. She has been in the business for years, even longer than you like to think she's been. She is so old that you swear that the business was built around her rather than being hired afterwards. Despite being old, she is actually very fast at her job, and her mind is so sharp that before you could even ask for what you want, she gets it for you. Though do keep in mind though, sometimes she can get it wrong due to a hearing problem. But she's very nice and doting, treating all of you, especially all your colleagues, like grandchildren almost.
Looking good, Margaret.
Yeah. Careful, she's the boss's grandma.
Hey, she's still looking fine.
Oh,
Helroy is convinced that she is Mrs. Claus, and he's trying to get her to tell her where the real Santa is.
Okay, next up on the list is Jeff Newton. He's still fairly new and is right now only there to gain experience in the office. You don't know much about him since, well, he's still new at everything, especially at making friends. Let's see, the third one. Okay, let's go with this guy. James Blakely. This is the person who judges everyone in the office and tells them how to do their job, despite being only a janitor in the workplace. Actually, you don't even know if he is a janitor, as he doesn't seem to do any of the work as far as you know. Let's see, actually I think I could add all of the ones since you've already been introduced to the Gossip Man. Okay, Bob Batley. Despite being the only security guard on duty in the office, he is always more likely to give everyone a guided tour of the place before kicking them off the premises. However, despite this, you all know that he's not only averted many crimes happening in the business, but also caught dangerous fugitives with this strategy. But you don't know how he does it. And finally, we have the lady who is called Laura Shepherd. She is the one person in the office who saves. She saves so much money that she is able to live a lavish life and come to work in the most fanciest of suits you would expect the $1 million man Tid DiBiase to be wearing. except with a form of restraint on the gold and dollar sign accessories.
Oh.
It's not like she lords it over anyone, but she can't help but give you gentle reminders that she has considerably more money than yours.
We got to have money.
So that's everyone sorted. So,
Well, I guess Logan is rather rich too if he has some money to buy cocaine.
That's true, actually. Unless he fakes money.
Little did he know, it was actually sugar this whole time.
Okay, so everybody.
It was actually salt.
Okay, so everybody, roll your d20s.
Okay. D20 time.
Yeah, just to basically decide.
We're doing one more turn.
Hey, guess what, guys? I'm going last. I'm 4.
Okay. Like, what was yours again, Danton?
20.
20.
Mine's 15.
12.
Oh, 15, and Ross is 20. Okay, so
Matty's 12.
Matty's 12, and
Finally.
what's you, Demonox?
20.
Wow, 20. You know what, both of you re-roll.
2 20s.
Yeah, because both of you are 20s.
1.
Okay.
Yes!
9.
You're going last again! I'm also... again!
Okay, so all of you are able to reconvene. You don't look like a pink elephant anymore, luckily, Madhog.
Oh, thank God.
And, so you're not gonna get any more suspicion.
He's actually covered in cast, hospital cast.
Yeah.
Because
No, you all look fine.
Is Lord Santa's torso back to normal as well as...
Yeah, Lord Santa's torso back to normal. Everybody's, able to play pool. Okay, so I'm gonna pick opponents for you to play billiards with, but you all been relatively close by because there's like 5 tables essentially for you to work with. So, Mati, you're gonna be facing Laura. She is the rich woman.
He's considerably richer than yours.
Okay, and Demonox, you will be going against Margaret, basically the old woman. Okay, Danton, you will be going against James. He's the I can do everything man. Bob Batley, the security guard, will be going against Ross. And that leaves the new guy with, oh gosh, Mad Hog.
The newbie.
Yes.
Oh, newbie.
Yes.
Poor newbie.
Because of time constraints, we're only going to do one turn of this, so the normal people go first. They all break perfectly with no problems here and there, but no one pots any holes except for Laura. She got lucky on one ball going in, and she's like, yes! So first up in the turn order is, 12, 9, Danton with 15. So you're gonna go next, so roll that wild magic unless you can figure a way out to get out of it. James is looking very smug about himself, like going like, see that, Vol? A nice perfect break there.
Piss off.
He gives you a very slight, he takes offense.
Oh!
So, yeah.
Sneer.
Yeah, he just sneers, so if you can think of a way out of this, then you're welcome to, but what you're gonna do?
How do you get out of playing pool? I don't think dainty hand routine is going to work this time.
That was amazing, by the way.
I know, I love it.
You know what? Just gonna go all in. I'm just gonna basically just put the cube between my legs and then turn my back towards the table, and I'm gonna call this the Iron Hoe.
Wild magic, just because. It's
300?
Oh gosh! Okay.
No!
This is going to be interesting, because there's two effects that happen in this. So, it's a critical miracle! Before your very eyes, you see the world around you break away, revealing vast expanse of the universe rushing by you, as if your very existence has transcended beyond anything that has existed in any lifetime. Soon, you even go beyond universes and dimensions until you see nothing but a black void. You can't even comprehend time. Everything passes by you in a blur, and once you had a single thought, you see a faint green glow of energy that flowed like water and seemed to be gushing forth from the abyss itself. It washes over you, filling your being with an indescribable but familiar feeling as a bright light appears. It fills your entire vision, and once it dissipates, you find yourself back where you were before your profound experience. Congratulations. You gained 1 point of enlightenment. Oh.
Yes!
Oh, and a beer to go with it.
Yes!
And also your actual real magic mastery sets off while it's at 2.
What?
Your real magic, your
Yeah, you're...
proper...
I can forge metal into anything I want!
Yep, and...
Yep.
Okay, this is going to be really bad because the entire area turns into a metal fortress. Even the pool tables are turned to metal, and the balls even formed into metal balls with numbers on them still somehow. And everyone looks a bit confused, what? And they're looking around the tables as if trying to figure out how's this work.
House is now also just turning into metal.
Yeah, the entire area you're in has been forged to metal like a fortress.
Companies is no expense when it comes to entertaining us.
Keep working it. I don't think they're buying it.
Yeah, so Volgrim, do you do anything to allay their suspicions? Especially James's suspicions?
It was him!
Wow, looks like this game has gotten a bit more complex since I last played it.
James kind of looks like, yeah, it sure has, hasn't it? Even everybody, is taken aback. Some of them basically shrug their shoulders and just Well, it must be a thing they do at this resort that's different from most other places.
It's
I want to
brand
see.
new.
I want to see John Cleese thrown into this scenario.
Okay, so next up then would be, let's see,
Matty.
Matty, you're next. You devil of words, you. How you get out of this one?
Yeah, I don't think there's a way out. That's some serious effort to try and get out of playing a game of pool.
That's made of metal now.
Yeah, it's a metal pool. There's rock bands and everything.
So,
Hey.
so what's your next action then, Matty?
Thinking about trying this new tactic that I read on the magazine, and I put the pool stick on the table,
Yes.
right next to the ball I want to hit, and then I use my feet to kind of do this kind of a walking movement up the table, and then kick it with my last step, the stick, and hit the ball.
I never saw anybody play beat. That's new.
Especially metal billiards now.
They're metal, so it's like really.
Yeah,
They're
metal.
like that's some serious maneuvering on your part.
Okay,
So sorry.
okay, Marty, that is... Well, I admire your tenacity to avoid wild magic. That was a lot of action involved. Wild magic. Rolled...
Especially with that last kick.
But isn't that kind of a counted as a walking step?
Yeah, but you have to put the stick down the table first.
Yes!
Yep.
I haven't even thought. Oh, fuck.
Holding it.
You were lucky.
45.
Okay, 45. Let's see what you do. Actually, this might work to your advantage. Or worse, actually. If this hits somebody else. Nope, it's gonna be you, Matty, apparently. The dice want you to have this. You can now
They
stretch...
don't want them.
You can now stretch your arms 15 feet in length. And it kind of shows when, in that last step you did, it's like, it like hits the table and Laura like goes like, did you buy something to make that happen? Is it a joke? Please tell me it's a joke, right?
Oh, yes, of course. It is. It does help in my stature. It does make me seem kind of like a more imposing character than I am. I'm all this lanky and it makes me seem bigger. Kind of like what those peacocks do when the beast is threatening them.
Yeah, she kind of nods her head and like goes like, I see. And strange enough, she buys it. The dice rolled aside, she buys it.
Go Loki.
Yeah, so
I'm next.
okay, let me see here because I want to double check that it is you next.
Definitely not me.
Yep,
No.
it is Demonox because then it would be Madhog and then Ross afterwards. So, what are you gonna do, Demonox?
Well, I'm going to try and play pool. I've seen this on the television.
And you also saw how your opponent did it too.
Exactly. I've been watching, I've been studying. These hairless monkeys are really good at this sort of game stuff, so I'm going to try like they did it.
Yeah, Margaret basically looks at you like going like, "Oh, that's good posture, love."
Thank you, young lady.
Oh, that's very rare. People call me young these days. Oh,
Really? You can't be that old. I think I kind of forgot how old I am.
hey, good one. Whippersnapper. Just
Why would you-
get to queuing up. I love a good game of pool.
Yep, I'm queuing up. I've gone for it. I rolled.
What'd you get? Come on. Tell me what you...
It ends in 2 zeros and can be divided between 3 people easily.
What is
Oh
it?
God!
Why?
300.
Another 300? Are
No.
you kidding me? Okay.
I've just triggered. I've gone home first.
Okay, it's a critical miracle. Before your very eyes, you see the world around you break away, revealing the
I'm
very
gonna
vast
fast
expanse
forward.
of the universe by reaching out your existence, transcending beyond anything that has existed in your lifetime. Sooner you even beyond the universes, even dimensions, until you see a faint glow of green energy that floats like water with this indescribable feeling, but a light appears. It fills your entire vision and it dissipates, so you find yourself back where you were. Profound experience. Congratulations! You gain 1 point in enlightenment. Oh, and a beer to go with it. And let's see.
I went home and came back.
Okay, so let me see now. What do you do? Let's see, what do you do? I need to dice roll this. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So, you reform the elements of the pool table itself right in front of you. And let's see, let me actually do a d20 to see how solid this element should be. Okay, it is a very flimsy rubber. The tape.
His 30 metal just got turned into rubber.
No, only the table has. So the balls are like going everywhere on the table, and Margaret's like looking at the table, going like, "Oh, is this a newfangled technology that makes it more challenging for the pool?"
I understood the joy. Stood next to a joy like, yeah. I saw this on the box. It's supposed. They call it trick shot, I think.
You know, I like a challenge, sort of thing.
Yes. By the way, I can't seem to find the comprehensive history of this world. Who's this little short, funny guy they called Hitler?
Oh, World War II. We learn that in history.
Right.
He
What's
was
World War?
He was a very naughty boy, that Hitler, you know.
Oh,
Naughty?
the
Did someone
child.
say naughty?
Right, children. Gotcha.
Yeah. Speaking of
They're
which,
tiny people, aren't they?
Mad Hog, you are next, while Margaret and Johnny have this lovely conversation.
Discussing
Okay,
history.
so it's funny he mentioned Hitler because at some point I also had a joke about Hitler, but I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay, so all this time,
Yes. All this time.
amiably with Bob the newbie.
Yeah, well, his name's Jeff. He's the newbie.
Oh, Jeff the newbie. He's been conversing amiably with Jeff the newbie.
Yeah.
And so after the sex change, Rudolph met my dad. But enough about me.
I would like to just get on with the pool game, please. I just.
Oh yes, sure.
It's been 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh, time flies by when you're having fun, right? Thinking about Christmas and more Christmas, and your mother who's a transgender reindeer.
Elroy,
Please play the game.
could you please play the game? I really need to.
Oh, sure thing, buddy. You'll get a nice presents. So at this point in time, I would like to that I'm a fan of continuity.
Yes. So
The continuity specifically I'm talking about is that he is not quite recovered from all the cocaine that he sniffed earlier.
yeah.
Also, he's gained several few concussions and organs permanently damaged and burnt because of the explosion and then getting hit by a car.
Well, the explosion was more of a Sutton custard, so.
Well, he still has a lot of concussions, so he's not quite right in the head as we speak, even more than usual.
Yeah.
So he looks at the pool. He looks specifically at the balls in the pools,
Yeah.
and in his hallucinogenous mind, they look like the balls you put on a Christmas tree, the plastic balls. And then he looks at Jeff, and in his mind, he sort of looks like a Christmas tree.
Oh no.
And then he looks at the stick for the billiards, and it's an axe. So he picks up the axe and looks at Jeff with a devilish. Wait, before you roll, with a devilish grin in his face.
You mean before
And
you
starts-
roll?
before I roll, right?
Yep.
Before, and he looks at Jeff with a devilish grin and starts singing Jingle Bells.
Why you give me that look for? Why you give me that look for?
He prepares to swing the stick. Jingle all the way.
He tries to dodge it and wild magic.
Yes. 94.
Okay, 94. What will happen? This might hamper his dodging, because he actually rolled good for the dodge. Oh gosh. It's the return of... There he is! They all run up to the pool cue and go like, "Our symbol of our religion!" They take it from you, the pool cue. and they go like, "Teachers of your wondrous ways! Oh, great pool cue!"
Wait, is it me or...
No,
The pool cue.
they
Pool
take
cue.
they took your pool cue away, your axe.
Okay.
You traitorous bastards! I thought I was your symbol.
So since he was about to swing, the pool cue was taken from him. He actually ends up pirouetting in place and becoming a small twister, and he actually ends up hitting Jeff by mistake. Roll for that.
Okay, I will roll for his dodging.
87.
Okay, so that's a 12 there. And by the way, spinning will not do the wild magic, so we're lucky on that front.
Wait, but hitting him?
Oh,
What?
hitting him. I thought you. Okay, if there's contact, then yes. So what?
I mean, there is contact because I'm pirouetting towards his direction.
Okay, so what's the number again?
87.
87. So this might cause more. Okay, this is another thing that's gonna happen. Let's see what happens. Madhog,
Yes?
you have a giant right foot.
Hey, everybody! I am a giant right foot.
And
That's neat.
And everybody just looks in the direction and go like, "What the heck?"
It's
fine.
okay. It's okay, everybody. It's a growth sport. My doctor told me it was bound to happen when I hit 33 years of age.
Yeah, and even Jeff is all like, like he's trying to think how, the physical contact would have. Did I knock the mass into his foot? That wouldn't make sense. How does that work?
I said it's a growth sport, Jeff. Get with the program.
Okay. Growth spurt.
Good.
You're going the wrong way for giving a job.
We're all happy. A big old happy family. Right, Jeff?
Yes. He says.
Okay.
Okay, so after this sort of thing, and we have Ross's turn finally.
Okay, go, Santa.
Go, Santa, go. How are you
Okay,
gonna...
Lord of Santa is going to do his best to play a game that he does not understand the rules to.
That's okay. Neither
Because this is
neither
not
is
a
Zone.
game off requested by children.
Really?
Yeah,
So
neither
not,
is Zone, to be
so
honest.
not even a pool table is, or a mini pool table even.
Not
No.
by young children, no.
Huh? Because I asked for
He
a mini
doesn't
pool
tend to deal
table.
with an old... Oh, I never did. I wanted... Actually, I wanted weapons, to be honest.
Oh wow.
I got given a pair of boxing gloves when I was only 6.
211.
Okay. This might not take effect until much later. Which type would it be? Oh, how appropriate. That will probably have to come off at the end of this, though.
Okay.
So, right.
Well, of course, I'm a delayed one.
Yes, it's a delayed one, so... Okay, so, as you're all playing pool, so basically Bob looks to Lord Santa going like, "By the way, have you read the newspapers lately?"
No, I haven't.
Uh,
Ho, ho, ho.
yeah, and he's like, he takes no notice of your ho-ho, because that's normal for you, he thinks. Like it's a tick. And as he takes a shot on the pool table, he goes like, "Fortune teller went missing some time ago, under very mysterious circumstances." And
That sounds terrible.
yeah, the family are really worried about her because they were quite worried that maybe that was something to do with either fortune telling or to do with a client but sadly the police don't seem to be finding anything, and it's quite worrying, especially to everyone else at the workplace. So if you see anything, you tell me, right?
Most certainly.
Good. Good.
Oh.
It's like,
every now and again, just oh.
yeah. So, and Bob just kind of nods, going like, it's quite worrying. It's. I swear, more and more people are missing and getting in the papers. I mean, even some of our government officials seem to have went missing.
What is going on?
Suddenly a dark turn is taken in this.
Yes, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, essentially he just drops that bit of foreshadowing, which is very heavy-handed, I must admit, but I think it makes for a nice hook. Anyway, so we're gonna end this session with everybody leaving the pool area.
Okay.
Since,
The most epic game of pool ever animated.
and suddenly Bob goes missing.
What?
Bob went missing.
Why did Bob go missing?
Bob vanished.
Well, I'll tell you why he gone missing. Because he ended up in the wrong neighborhood.
I guess the wild magic kicked in.
Screw you, Devar.
Yes. And you know what? And you know what?
You handsome devil.
And you know what? Just because it's appropriate, and I feel that it's, no one's gonna see this, so be funny. So Bob kind of takes a wrong turn, and suddenly he's in a convention, a Monster Girl convention.
What? Oh no!
And
Oh no!
Bob looks
He's got my ticket.
Bob looks kind of like confused, like, right, man. And it's like, and then suddenly, a bunch of mucus toads are around him.
Oh God!
You did this to him, Ross! You did this to him!
This to him?
Yes! This was your spell, Ross!
This
Not
was simply
the
his fate.
And whether we'll see Bob again is up to next session.